I am Gina Herald with the Choice Point Achievement Foundation. I'm one of the founding board members of the organization. We have a for-profit side of Choice Point Achievement, and we have a nonprofit side of Choice Point Achievement, which is our foundation side. The reason we founded the organization is because we felt like there were a lot of opportunities to equip and empower young people from somewhere around middle school through even early college and in their early career to be able to maximize their potential more in the areas of their default gifting and skills. Our primary focus is helping them to develop the character and confidence they're going to need to be able to succeed not only in the career arena, but we really hope in every area that they devote themselves to in their life, to be good civic-minded members of their community, great family members, great siblings, great employees, and all of those things. I mean, I love this stuff. It's for me, actually going through the assessment process myself as I've moved through my career as an adult made such a difference in how I approached people and projects and opportunities and everything in my life, because I had a lot more insight into where my strengths were and where I might be able to really maximize my potential and my opportunities, and where I would find the most enjoyment in doing what I do. And that to me is really cool, because I think that we are wired a certain way, and there is enjoyment and just fun and all of that in certain things that we do, and we get in this zone almost where you just doesn't feel like work. I think in terms of default skills, maybe for people who aren't as familiar with some of the kind of the work maybe that we do, is that we've done a lot of research and done a lot of reading and actually a lot of work with students, and discovered that they really are wired a certain way from a very early age. In a lot of cases, we can detect some of that default wiring, default skill sets, specific giftings and opportunities that we can help them then to turn into potential vocational opportunities that would help them maximize their potential and really discover their strengths and where to utilize them best in a career or vocational opportunity, technical opportunity, whatever that might be. If I were to describe the benefits of what we do at Choice Point Achievement, I think there are several things. One is just helping individuals and students develop that character and confidence, gives them opportunities throughout their schooling, their career, in sports activities, extracurricular activities of any kind, to develop more of their leadership potential, develop stronger communication skills, develop more personal insight into their default wiring and gifting, and how to interact successfully with adults, other students, peers, people like that. And also it helps to develop a proactive plan for the future. One of the things we like to talk about is the best way to determine the future is actually to create it by bringing it into the present and putting the pieces in place and building a platform that's going to create basically a launching pad for the future. It's a long-term, ongoing program, because we believe that incremental change and step-by-step opportunities and developing new skills and strengths takes a little bit of time. And so one of the benefits is that it is an ongoing process, and we recognize that it takes a little bit of time for students to embrace some of the new things that they're learning and get out of their comfort zone a little bit to develop some of those skill sets that maybe they are default wired, but they're not quite reaching their potential in them because they haven't had somebody come alongside them and help them to do that. I think one of the other really powerful benefits of what we do is offer a variety of assessments for young people, including behavior style assessments, and a lot of people are familiar with an assessment called DISC, which is a default behavior style wiring kind of assessment tool, and it helps us to work with students and identify specific areas where they are prone to excel and other areas where they might experience some weaknesses, and to really help them develop their strengths more. And the DISC assessment's widely used and very well known from a behavior style standpoint. I think the thing that's really cool about it is there's no right or wrong answer. There's no judgment to it. It just is what it is that we are wired a certain way, and we have certain tendencies, if you will, with our behavior style. And I've often seen and known parents who have 3 and 4 and 5 kids, and they just kind of go, that they're all different. One is much more strong-willed than the other. One is more outgoing and expressive than the other. One seems kind of moody and quiet. And that's something where we can take that information and work with the parent and the student to understand more about how that wiring impacts them, and help them maximize those giftings around that. And then we have another assessment called Major Match, which was developed specifically for us at Choice Point through a group called the Divine Group. And they're a human resource consulting firm. They work a lot in the corporate arena, and they have a variety of assessments. The one that we use is called Major Match, and what it does is help us work with students to actually determine what their career path could potentially be, and actually maybe should potentially be based on their skills and strengths. And it could be that a trade or technical school makes more sense for one student over, say, the academic environment of a rigorous 4-year college or university. And that's something to me that's very invaluable, is because then we can really look at what makes sense individually by student. And even within the same family, there are going to be perhaps different career tracks for their students. I would have to say that one of the mindsets that we come up against a lot of times with our students is this expectation that everyone should go to college. And the prevailing message out there from academia, starting as early as middle school and really up through high school, that college is just the destination for everybody. I think that creates several issues. One being, in my personal opinion, and I don't know how documented it is, but I think there are some statistics that may bear it out to an extent, that to me it impacts the dropout rate. Because I think a lot of young people say, well, college doesn't seem like the right place for me. And so they don't see the correlation between what they need to learn in high school or in a schooling environment, if you will, wherever it is, to how that would play out in their career or in their future. And so they choose to drop out. So I think that impacts them, unfortunately, in a negative way. And I think the other thing is that a lot of times, because there's almost this expectation that college is the destination, that a student maybe who doesn't feel in their intuitive mind that that's the right place for them, maybe wouldn't speak up and kind of defend a non-college position if that's the choice they felt was right for them. And so I think that's an unfortunate thing. I think that a for instance that I might use to sort of illustrate the college isn't necessarily for everybody kind of thing would be a young man who came to us after he had spent his freshman year on a college campus at the behest and request of his parents. They sort of insisted that he give it a try. And I think he came back to him and just said, I don't think this is really the right place for me. It doesn't seem like a good fit. And when he came to me for some career coaching and career development, we kind of started from the beginning with the assessment period and talked a little bit about the kind of things he likes to do, the kind of day that he likes to have as far as what he enjoys doing most and where he finds the most ease of using his skills and whatnot. So he told me a story about a table that he had actually designed and built from wood and how much he really enjoyed doing that kind of thing. And so from there, what we did was sent him on a series of what we call informational interviews or career exploration interviews with various trades and technical people. He did some research on some areas of the trades, an electrician, for instance, HVAC, even some things just as simple as maybe being a painter, doing house painting and things like that, from all the way to core drilling, heavy equipment operation. And he went and interviewed with a design build landscape architect even, because he knows he likes to work outdoors and likes to work with his hands. And ultimately what ended up happening is one of the guys he did an informational interview with and did a job shadow for to kind of see what a day in the life of this person on a job site is like, the gentleman ended up hiring him. And that was about 18 months ago. So he's been there now for about 18 months. And in fact, I just saw the owner of the company yesterday, who reported to me that he's doing really well, that he's eager to learn, really taking to it really well, and is able to demonstrate a high level of competency learning those skills. So he's really having an on-the-job apprenticeship, actually, in a design build general contractor kind of role. Would love to, I guess I would kind of liken us to want to be like an organization, almost like Junior Achievement in a way, that has local corporate and business sponsors who believe in our mission, who believe that if we can work with our young people to help them elevate their skill levels, whether it's in a manufacturing setting or in a design build setting or in an academic or career type of setting, then we want to partner with those people. We would love to have board members and or volunteers who have a passion for helping young people develop more of their potential and really identify their skills and help them channel that into a successful career. So that's kind of some of what we enjoy doing, but we are always looking for board members. I mean, we are an all-volunteer army. So what we do right now is a lot of pro bono work, and our goal is to partner with other organizations that do youth development of various kinds. We partner really well with schools, with athletic organizations, with other youth organizations that do different kinds of things, and just there's a lot of really cohesive synergy there. So we're always looking for opportunities to partner with people and looking for, companies that would want to maybe sponsor an internship or something, or even just do an informational interview with a young person and show them what's involved in a day in the life of whatever kind of job they might be trying to fill. Thank you for the opportunity to talk a little bit about what we're passionate about at Choice Point Achievement Foundation. We are, just as a reminder by way of wrap up, an organization that does character and life skills development for young people and helps them to develop a future career plan as well. If you want to learn more about what we do at Choice Point Achievement or Choice Point Achievement Foundation, you can find us online at choicepointachievement.com.